All right, this is just testing right now. I'm gonna give it about 2 more minutes. So if you're watching this video later on, go to about the 3.5 minute mark, maybe 4 or 5, just to start the video up. Yeah. Okay, what's up, everybody? I only got a few of you in here. That's okay. This is mainly just to make a video about the bingo and stuff. So we're here. What's up, Hunter? Good to see you in the chat. Um, so yeah. The main reason I wanted to stream really quick is to talk about the 2025 Lumbridge Lounge Bingo. Got some hype for it. This is like our 10th bingo. It's pretty sweet. And I wanted to also go over the spreadsheet and just some quick rules and how things work. And then if there's any questions at the end or throughout, just throw them in the chat and we'll get that going. With that being said, let's just start this up. So, yeah, so this bingo is a Candyland event bingo with a twist with a boy named Larry, a Lumbee Larry. If you see in the middle of the screen right here, it says no peeking. It's because later on it's going to show some stuff about Lumbee Larry that I don't want you to see until tomorrow. Oh, some of those sharks are being sold. Karambwans are being sold that were just donated to the bingo. But yeah, so later on in this little section, when I go to one of these other tabs, I don't want you guys to see those parts until tomorrow when we get there. So if you've never played a Candyland bingo, we've done it once as a clan, which has been awesome. Let's go to the Discord really quick. This is our Candyland board. This is our start, and this is our end. Okay, we're going to be rolling a die in the Discord to tell which spot you're going to be on. So you're going to start here right before the fire cape, and you're going to roll a dice 1 through 3. So either you're going to do a fire cape, which I'll quickly explain the first ones. Fire cape is to get fire cape per person in your group. So if you're in a group of 4, you need to get 4 fire capes. One person can do all 4 if you want them to, or one person can do 2 and then 2 others do 1, things like that. 1 million hunter experience, meaning as a group you need to get 1 million hunter experience, and then a single Scurious Spine, which is a very fast tile. We understand that, but some of them are faster than others. It also depends on your roll. But say you get Fire Cape, your next roll will be the next 3, so you might land on one of these 2, but then you also might land on the Sarachnis Cudgel, things like that. And you have to complete the tile before you can move on. Now, with this bingo, there's also going to be a list of items, like if I go to my rune light right here, for each slot on a character, and that character that you're going to dress up is going to be Lumbee Larry, and he has a very specific set of clothes that he wants you to get for him. So, yeah. That's how it's going to run. That's the basic gist. You win by finishing the board. The only fully mandatory tile that everyone's going to have to do, some people may do Fire Cape, some people may do Scurious Spine, but the only mandatory tile is at the very end. We're expecting at least 1 sigil to be gotten by the end. Gotten? Is that the right word? I don't know. But 1 sigil to be obtained by the end of this bingo. Whoever gets that is probably going to be the winner, unless they haven't done Lumbee Larry and somebody beats them to it. But hopefully by the time you're down here, you're done with Lumbee Larry. We'll see. Ooh. Okay. The big thing I wanted to talk about, though, is this spreadsheet right here. This spreadsheet is going to be within every single one of your guys' chats, and you're going to be able to view and edit and do things to it. Before tomorrow by noon, I'd like you guys to @ me or something like that inside of your chats and tell me who you want to be their editor. And then I need you to DM me your email so I could share it to you and give you editing privileges tomorrow when bingo starts. But we'll explain what you can edit. It's not too much work. It's not too much of anything. So don't be like overstimulated about things that need to be done on here. You literally need to do 2 things per drop. Okay? So let's go back to Discord. If you go all the way down to the bottom of Discord, you can see 2025 Summer Bingo right here. The 4 channels that you should be able to see right now are the Bingo General Chat, where you can talk crap to all the other teams. The Bingo Drops. Please only post the drops that you get into this slide right here. We'll talk more about drops in a little bit. And the Roll Here slide. Okay? When you go to the Roll Here slide, we'll explain that in a second, actually. And then the one other thing is your team. If you want a team name, please, again, @ me in your chat, and I can change it. You can see already Team 1 wanted to do the Crab Boys, and they already got some good talking going. Okay? But, yeah, this is the stuff you see at the bottom here, if you didn't know. Okay. When you get in here to edit, please, 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 and it says it right here, view only, do not mess with the main dashboard. I need to make a quick shout out before I forget. Shouting out Justin. He's one of our moderators in the clan. He's one of the bright minds in our clan. He made this whole sheet, and so everything that's in this sheet interacts with one another. And if we mess with things in here, like if I click on this, you can see this little bit of sheets code. Please do not mess with that, because if you mess with that, then we give more work to Justin, and I don't want to do that. So please, please, please do not mess with this front sheet. This main dashboard is actually just a leaderboard. It's telling us where every team is, what they're working on, and how much they have completed / how many Lumbee Larry items they have completed. Okay? So this one also, please try not to type. It's not as big of a deal if you mess with it, like on accident. But please try your best not to type. This is the basic description of each tile. So like for the Fire Cape one, it specifies 1 member can get collect all fire capes for each member on the team. So 4 of them. So yeah. And it gives just a basic definition. Okay. In these basic definitions, we didn't include a screenshot with the code word. When you do a bingo, you have to have a code word within your screenshot that will be revealed at the beginning of bingo. And in your screenshot, if it doesn't have the drop specifically in there, like showing that you got that drop at that time, and the code word within it, we have to apply what's called the your fault rule. Okay, it is your fault for not getting that drop with the code word in it. Okay, which is going to bring me to RuneLite really quick. Okay, there's an awesome plugin that if you don't know about it, I think you should, is in here. If you type in event, clan events right here, okay, you want to turn that on. I have it on and have the code word from last bingo right here. Lumbee time was our code word, okay, and it'll be there on your screen. It might not be in this exact location, but if you want it in a specific location, all you got to do is hold Alt, and you can move it wherever you want. Okay, I like mine just above my chat box, so when it says, oh, the Baron got a drop, I can just quickly screenshot that section right there. Okay, some people I know like having it at the top middle, and I've seen it also before above the inventory. I don't care as long as it's in your screenshot. This is the easiest way to not mess up, but if, say, you're on mobile or you are just stubborn and don't want to use it, you can go into the chat and write the code word like Lumbee time. Okay, bam. Just so that it's 100% clear, nobody has any excuses. Clan events, if you go in the settings, event password is what will change that right there. So if we decide that the password is chicken nugget, we can have that be the password, the code word. Okay. So, please use this if it just to make your lives easier and stuff like that. Okay. So let's go back to here. So again, if you don't have the code word, it's your fault. Guess what? You get to redo the tile. We've been lenient on it in the past, and it creates unnecessary drama. We're gonna have to be a little harder on it. Okay. I'm not gonna click on Lumbee Larry. I'm actually not gonna hover my mouse over that because that's gonna be trouble, man. But because if I click on that, it will show you guys all what Lumbee Larry is. So now let's see why the no peeking is there as I click on Team 1. Okay, I looked at my monitor that has like all the stuff on it, not at my OBS that has the no peeking on it, and I got scared that I just spoiled it. I didn't. We're good. Okay, so this right here in the middle, this is all the things for Lumbee Larry. That's why the no peeking is there, so you guys can't see it. Okay, for your editor on your team, again, if you want to be the editor or you have an editor on your team that wants to put things in here, just put the @, put my name there so you can tag me and then say, hey, I'm going to be the editor for our team. Then we'll do a quick DM. I'll get your email from you and we'll get you to be an editor on here. Okay? But before that, one other thing. Tomorrow at noon when we start, when you go into the teams, I'm going to post the spreadsheet into your guys' chats, and then I'm also going to pin it. So if you guys want to quickly find the spreadsheet, it will be in your chat with your team. You just need to go to the pinned messages. It'll be there when I post it, okay? But let's go back to what the editors are going to do. Okay, when you guys are starting, every team has to roll the dice, right? So you're first going to roll the dice, and as the editor, whatever the dice roll you get, you're going to plug in here. So say you get a 1. It'll auto-load in the rest of it for you. Landed on tile as number 1. You have to do the fire capes. Okay? This status is there for a moderator like myself. I think Justin's also going to be taking care of this. So is Carter, QP, Jukeless, and I might be missing 1 or 2. But we're going to be able to go in here and verify drops, okay? And we'll explain all that in a second. First things first, let's explain how to roll the dice, okay? So if you go into Discord here, it says roll here underneath Summer Bingo, 2025 Summer Bingo, roll here. One person on your team is going to type /roll space, okay? You have to have the space. And then you're going to put 3, because that's the limit. It's a 3-sided dice, and you're going to press enter. Okay, I got a 2. So let's make it accurate right here. So I'm going to say 2. Bam. 1 million under experience. Okay? For ones like this, you have to have a screenshot of your starting XP and your ending XP, and then that's how we determine where you go. Okay? Once you finish the tile, you need to go into Bingo Drops and post your screenshot there. If we can make it nice into one screenshot, okay? If we can all make it into one nice screenshot, it'll be easy, okay? After you do that, you need to right-click your screenshot and press copy link. I'm going to go to the general chat really quick, okay? And let's just find an image. Let's use this one right here, okay? This image right here, let's pretend like it's the drop that has the code word in it. It's good to go. I'm going to right-click and copy the link, okay? We're going to copy the link, and we're going to go to screenshot here, and I want you to paste the link. So Control V, paste. Bam. I've been meaning to work on that. It'll be a second. This way, we can verify without having to sift through all of the bingo drops, okay? I always remember having to put like we've verified through here kind of a thing in the chat. This is going to hopefully help us as moderators to verify. So the editor, please, you're going to do the drop, and you're going to post your screenshot into the sheet, okay? The moderators coming in and pressing complete does not mean you cannot move on, okay? So since you're pretty sure you have this completed, now go roll the dice again, and you can move on, okay? You may have 3 completed tiles before a moderator comes in and checks them off. That's okay. But if one is unverified, meaning you don't have the code word in it, or you got an unverified drop, meaning like, here's an example. On one of our first bingos, I said, oh, you need to get one of the crystals, one of the boot crystals from Serb, and I got a smoldering stone, and that's not one of the boot crystals, right? Well, we moved on, but had to go back to Cerberus because I messed up. I didn't get a boot crystal. I got the smoldering stone. So that's an example, things like that. It happens very rarely, but when it happens, it needs to be addressed, things like that. But then after that, you move on to the next one and you roll again. Say you roll a 3, okay? And you get a zombie axe. Cool. Now you move on to the zombie axe. Go get the drop, okay? You post your screenshot. Go to the next one. Post a 1. Bam. 4 Cath head. See how it works? Okay. Now let's say you have these 2 completed and you're working on this one, and a moderator comes in and says, oh, these 2 are completed. Cool. If we go back to the main dashboard, it's going to look really cool. Okay. It's going to tell us what tile you're on, 6, what task you're working on, and how much of the board you've completed. Okay. If I go back to the board and I uncomplete this one, because we just haven't gotten to it yet, it'll change the percentage. Okay? So that's why we don't want you to mess with the main leaderboard, is because over here messes with over there. Okay? Okay. Now let's move on to the last thing with rolling. Okay? We are allowing re-rolls, but they're not just given to you like in the past. The last Candyland event, we gave you 2 rerolls for free, I think, and then there was like 5 spaces on the board that you could earn another reroll. This one is let's go raw. Every tile needs to be done that you land on, unless you buy a mulligan. Okay, if anybody's played in a scramble tournament in real life, I might be the only one. Scramble is for golf. You can buy mulligans to be able to reshoot or re-hit your ball. This is the same thing. You can buy re-rolls to roll again, okay? The cost of one re-roll is 10 million GP, okay? 10 mil, and I'll make sure that's written down somewhere so everybody sees it. It's not supposed to be an easy thing. This is a fundraiser event. This is a clan event that we want to build as much hype around it, and that's why it is 10 million gold. Which if you have a team of 4, that's only 2.5 million for a reroll. But with that being said, we're also capping it at 3 rerolls per team. So 10 million per reroll, only 3 times. Okay? So if you really say you really hate doing Vorkath, let's re-roll. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go put that 10 million in the coffer. You're gonna take a screenshot with the code word, and you're gonna post the screenshot with the code word right here. I just told Justin about this problem is because if you even put skipped right here, it'll still move you on. You have to be rolling from your last spot. So to make it work right now, you may be able to just move on in the future. But to make it work right now, you'll need to put this at 0. Okay? And just so we know it's skipped. And now you re-roll. Roll until you get a different number. So if you rolled a 2, and that's the tile you hate, so let's say this was a 2, okay, and you don't want to do the Twin Flame Staff, you need to roll until you get a 1 or a 3. Okay, so if you get another 2, you're not landing again on the Twin Flame Staff. You just need to re-roll until you get a 1 or a 3. Okay, so then you come back. Whoops. You come back, put in a 0, because I don't want to do that tile, and then you put in a 3. Bam. Now you're working on the champion scroll. Okay? Okay, so just quick rerun. This left side is for your dice roll. Okay? This just keeps tally of what tiles you're on. And you'll need a link to your screenshot right here. Okay? For every single one of them. Every time you get a drop. Also for Lumbee Larry, you need to have a screenshot of all of the different pieces for Lumbee Larry. Okay? Another thing I need to mention. I'm going to quickly go through here. I see a few people in here. The names that we have on file right now for which account you're working on is right there. Okay? So Team 2 is Guice, QP, Peanuts, and Cohen. Okay? Team 3, Team 4, Team 5, Team 6, Team 7, and Team 8. I probably should go through a little slower than that. 3, 4. I don't know why they're highlighted. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So, if that's not the account that you want to be working with or playing with, please let us know ASAP, as quick as you can when bingo starts, and just let us know. Makes life so much simple. So much more simple. Okay. Okay. I think that's everything. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun day. Gonna get things rocking and rolling. Now's the time for any questions if anybody's got any. That only took 20 minutes. That's pretty fast. Bam. Again, thank you so much to freaking Justin. He did such an amazing job with this thing. Putting it all together. I think it's so cool. And me and him have already talked about the potential. Will we have access to see the tasks? What do you mean see the tasks? Can my team get a handicap? What handicap are you thinking, Screw? Will we have access to... So the basics are the kind of specifics are right here. Okay? I guess I could go through them really quick. It's one Scurious Spine. One Scurious Spine. I know that one could be quick, but it also could take forever. I know people that have gone 90 kills, 100 kills at Scurious and not get it. So, who knows? Specifics are right here. I could go through them really quick if you want me to. Collect fire capes for each member of your team. So 4 fire capes on all of our teams. I don't think anybody has less. Gain 1 million experience. So if each of you do equal amount, 250k. Should only take an hour, a couple hours. That's it. Get a Scurious Spine, single Scurious Spine, Sarachnis Cudgel, single Sarachnis Cudgel, Zombie Axe, single Zombie, single Axe, Broken Axe, sorry. Vorkath Head, easy enough. 1 portion of the Twin Flame Staff, only one side, okay? Champion Scroll Drop, you can also have, just noticed that. There's 2 A's right there. Champion Scroll drop. You can also get one that you've already gotten. So if you want to go cannon goblins and waste your cannonballs, that's cool. Full moon set. This is where things start getting a little harder. You need a head, body, legs, and a weapon. So it doesn't need to all be from the same. You don't need to get all blood moon or all eclipse moon or all blue moon, but you do need to get a full set. Same thing with barrows. Doesn't need to be the set of the same. Just needs to be one in each slot. Okay. Pharaoh Scepter from Pyramid Plunder. Only need one. One piece from the Void Waker from any wilderness boss. This is our wilderness section. Obtain an Odium Shard. Easy enough. Dragon Pickaxe from the wilderness. Okay, you can't go to Volcanic Mine or Cowfight Queen to go get one. You have to go to the wilderness. Obtain a Zenite from Demonic Gorillas. It's a D3, not a D4. So you're going to roll for 3. Okay. So yeah. And if you missed it, Caleb, you go into Discord. You go to roll here, and you're going to type /roll space 3. Okay? And then you're going to press enter, and it'll give you a number 1 through 3. That one would have been 3. Cool. Okay, I'm going to actually delete these messages. Delete. Bam. Go back to here. Zenite from a Demonic Gorilla. Ancient Ceremonial Piece. That one's a new one that I've never done. I don't know how fast or slow that one's going to be. Unique Burning Claw or Synapse. Zora, Tansfang, Magic Fang, Insert Visager, Onyx or Mutagen. Double Blood Shard. Oh, you're good, Caleb. Double Blood Shard means you have to thieve them. A unique from Guardians of the Rift. Searches must be from bingo and cannot be stacked beforehand. So you may need to. You're going to need to screenshot the amount of searches you have with the code word. Okay. Starting and ending screenshots are required. So yeah, there you go. Acceptable rewards. Any die, Abyssal Lantern, or Catalytic Talisman. I don't know why that's typed in there twice. I should probably put the reason why the Abyssal Needle doesn't count, the locket and the bag doesn't count as well, is because if you've already received those items, and I should probably type that in there. If you've already received those items, you can't receive them again. So, yeah. Elemental Talisman. I think the Elemental Talisman you buy with pearls. So you can't receive it as a drop. And we can't regulate how many pearls somebody has. But I could be wrong. I'll look into that. Phantom Muspa. This is where things start getting hard. Receive 3 Venator Shards from Muspa. Obtain 3 different uniques from 3 different Slayer bosses. We limit 1 unique per boss. So you got to do a bunch of different bosses, but you can only get 1 unique per boss. Example: getting an Unsired, then a whip from that Unsired would be 1 out of the 3 uniques. An Unsired, Araxite Feint, or Primordial Crystal would be acceptable. Okay. And then it gives you kind of the drops that are acceptable, like Grotex Guardians, anything on the unique drop table in the wiki. So look up your wiki, anything underneath the uniques and the jar. Abyssal Sired and Unsired, anything. Like if you get an Unsired, you're done. Kraken, Tentacle, Trident, or jar. Serb, anything on the unique drop table and the jar. Araxar, unique drop table and the jar. Thermi, Occult, Smoke Snap, Dragon Chain, or a jar. Chemical Hydra, anything on the pre-rolled table and jar. Okay. Red Prison. I'm not the one that wrote this one. This is Gauntlet. Obtain either 1 enhanced crystal weapon seed or 3 of any combination of crystal weapon / armor seeds. So you either get 3 crystal weapon armor seeds or 1 enhanced to finish that tile. Yamama. Obtain a piece of Oathblade or the Soul Flame Horn. Deep Delve. Obtain a unique Treads Eye or Cloth. Purple, and a Sigil. So I think that's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, anything else? Anything else? I think that's all I got for you. Okay. What were they? They're the Crab Boys. I can change this to Crab Boys now. And on the main dashboard. Bam. It will be tomorrow, Caleb. When bingo starts, I will post it in everybody's chat and pin it. So when I go to, like, say, the Crab Boys team or Team 2, anything like that. Okay, if I go to here, I'm going to post it to your thing there, and then I'm going to pin it as well. So you can just come up here, look at it, okay? Click on that Lumbee Library tab real quick. Nah, man, I'm actually going to do this. Close window. So now I can't accidentally do it. Okay. Okay, if there isn't anything else and I don't need to reopen that, I think we'll be good. Okay. Okay. Have a good one, guys. One Lumbee Larry piece.